Hello and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson and I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any requests for your personal healing. For those of you who are returning, welcome back and thank you for the ongoing support. And if you are watching this as a video replay, if you want to skip ahead to the healing, start your journey at about the 1 hour, 15-minute mark. And you'll just be able to enjoy some healing and beautiful music. Thank you all again so much for being here. If you would like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or a tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description too, as well as all my social media and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and dive on in to start building that grid. We've got a few requests already, so yeah, and say some hellos too. So let's head on in. Awesome. All right, let's line this up. There we go. So as usual, we start out with our copper spiral. Copper helps to break up blockages and get the optimal energy flowing. And the mirror here helps to reflect energy back that doesn't need to be here. And apologies while I reset my camera. There we go. So good to see you all. Chris, Blue Sky, Violet Integration, Grace, and JS left us a request. So let's go ahead and start off. For JS, intentions of finding a place of your own, anything to help for reconnecting with old friends and connecting with spirit. You got it. Connecting with old friends. Let's do some peridot. I just got that mute button in time. Peridot is wonderful for connecting with those friends that help you to be the best version of yourself. So I highly recommend this for like friendship, loyalty. So that's peridot. It's also great for digestive ailments, whether it's IBS, acid reflux, Crohn's, anything in between. This is thought helpful. Also great for breaking bad habits and like cycles that you keep repeating that aren't helping you overall. For a new place of your own, let's see. The stone that came out intuitively for me to do this for is a red jasper. Red jasper is a very grounding stone. It helps with the root chakra and everything it represents, which is basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight, those kinds of themes. It helps with empowerment, fighting injustice, bullying, standing up for yourself, spiritual protection, and groundedness, being able to be conscious, one with your body, one with your environment, aware of what's going on in the real world around you. It can also be wonderful for emotional support for really long-term illnesses or injury, like rehabilitation type things. So let's bring this in. Hopefully a nice grounding stone will bring you in alignment with a wonderful place to support you physically, spiritually, emotionally, and connecting with spirit. Absolutely. So many good options. Let's go with celestite. Celestite helps us to connect with our higher wisdom as well as our angels and spirit guides. This is really helpful too for discernment, whether it's like, am I really afraid of this out of fear? Is this my logic saying something is not quite right? Is that an intuition? Which is it? This is a great stone to help you kind of parse out the difference. Also great for all manner of physical pain because it really helps to bring your awareness to the more spiritual chakras And that really changes the way that we relate to our body and that we experience our body. So that can change our experience with pain. So I hope that that helps. Lots of love to you, JS. Keep us posted on the house hunting. Hey, Danny Marie. Oh no, I'm so sorry about that. I will definitely support that. Joanna Sparkles, good to see you. Always good to see you. Awesome. I will get to everybody's request today. No problem at all. So let's keep on going. For Grace, we have weight loss, heart healing, and love. So let's do blue apatite, rhodonite. And for love, let's go ahead and do carnelian. This is one of the stones that can help to attract a romantic partner. And also in general, it's a perfect stone for anything that has to do with the sacral chakra, which is how we relate to all people as well as the world around us. This is also superb for creativity, wound healing. It's thought to help things like cold, asthma, allergies. And also, like I said, wonderful for, bringing in a relationship. Also, sexuality, sensuality, sexual function, and even fertility. So we'll bring that in. So that's carnelian. Next we have rhodonite, which definitely helps to heal a broken heart. It's also really transformative and supportive for anyone who's healing past emotional abuse or has deeply held insecurities. It's thought to relate to the lungs as well. So anything with allergies, asthma, and autoimmune stuff, this is thought to be somewhat of a help. I struggle with those things. I mean, nothing I do is a replacement for anything else, including medications, but they're a wonderful complement to it. So there we go. So that's rhodonite. Yeah, whether it's grieving the end of a relationship or grieving even the passing of a loved one, this can be really helpful. So that's rhodonite. And blue apatite. This is a great stone for really shifting our relationship with food and nutrition, how we see it, what role it plays in our lives, what emotions we have connected to it. If you want to either lose weight or gain weight or do any kind of dietary shift, blue apatite can really help. It also helps to support the strength of your energy field, which can make it a little bit harder for you to accidentally absorb other people's energy if you're someone who's inclined to do that. Also wonderful for harmony and peace on all levels, as well as learning about your spiritual purpose and having the courage to enact it. So we'll go ahead and bring this in. And I hear another kitty wanting to come up. I currently have Gertie in my lap. And now Hattie's crying from my lap. What you want? You have to share. My lap's only so big. Sorry, Bubba. Oh, you're going to try anyway? Here we go. Oh, let me turn up the light here for us. Oh, that is on. Okay. Oop. Making way for two cats. Good job, Hattie. You can go ahead. Oh. These two are too much. I got a big girl vacuum. Oh, two cats. I got a big girl vacuum today, and so they're still a little freaked out from how loud that was. New apartment has carpet, so gotta get the really good vacuum for that. Okay, heart healing, love. Gotcha. So we're all good. Thank you, Grace. I'm glad you're here. All the best to you. Lila Ray, I hope you're doing well. I will get to everyone's requests. And for Grace, we already got you. It's so good to see you. I hope your sister's doing better. For Blue Sky, Iolite, Lapis, Celestite. Oh, good. We already have one. So iolite, lapis. Other stones to relieve pain, inflammation, and fever. Gotcha. So pain, inflammation for sure. We have some malachite here. This can be a really helpful stone for all those things, especially if it's related to any kind of arthritis too. Also wonderful for what I did see as violet integration's intention, letting go of the past. This is a great stone for that too. This really helps us to process difficult emotions through our heart center, moving through those difficult things without sort of bypassing them or ignoring them, but really truly working through them so that we can best leave them behind and move forward. Also really helpful for phobias, especially fear of flying and insomnia, as well as support for liver, pancreas, spleen. So that's malachite. Pyrite is another one that's good for fever too. So pyrite is fool's gold, and it's one that we often use here for manifesting financial abundance. We like to think that the fool's gold brings in the real stuff. So this also helps the body to make the best use of Reiki during a session. It's very protective while also opening up intuition, so it can really hold that space of safety while you try out some new means of connecting to spirit and hear what comes through. Also great for the memory as well as the lungs, and thought to be helpful when it comes to side effects of radiation therapy. So we'll bring this in. That's pyrite. Next one that helps with fever is definitely iolite. So good call on that one. Additionally, it's helpful for weight loss, so it'll be supportive for Grace's intention. It's also wonderful for money management and sleep disturbances, especially if they are of the intuitive or energetic variety, as well as clairvoyance. So shamanic journeying, visionary meditation, scrying, anything like that, iolite can really help. It's a very potent yet very balanced stone of the third eye. And lapis, definitely great for pain and inflammation, but also wonderful for taking accountability for ourselves, for open, honest, clear communication, honoring our commitments, career improvement in a big way, as well as vertigo and hearing loss. So in a way, this is, I think of it as the integrity stone. So that is lapis lazuli. We'll put that in there too. I hope that you are doing well, blue sky. And oh, blue sky, you had a couple other ones. Bloodstone, howlite, and processing old trauma. Okay, so let's bring in the bloodstone. This one also goes by heliotrope in some countries, especially in the UK. I see it referred to as heliotrope. This is a stone of the heart chakra and the root chakra at the same time. So for those big emotional hits that kind of shake your sense of connectedness with earth and your very sense of self, your very sense of everything, this is a perfect stone to work with. It helps with, I think of it as the emotional stuff hits the fan stone. It's great for lifting despair, bringing about like some emotional stamina, if you will. It's also helpful for relieving self-doubt and for quieting the mind when you are meditating or even doing Reiki. So that is bloodstone, aka heliotrope. Next is howlite, which we use often because it's so good with the joints, whether it's joint pain or joint healing or both. It can be quite potent for that. Also the bones and teeth, nails and hair in general. It's thought to support things like bone integrity and density, things like things that I struggle with actually. Osteoporosis, osteopenia. Of course, this is not a replacement for anything. I take my supplements, I do my weight-bearing exercises, I hang out with some crystals and some Reiki too. But this is also a great stone emotionally for anger and resentment, as well as frustration, those really difficult, really volatile emotions. This can help kind of take the intensity out of it a little bit. So that gives us a little breathing room to think about how we can work with whatever situation is at hand in our best good. And for processing old trauma and deep personal grief, I'm bringing in some Blue Mist Lemurian quartz. We haven't used this in a bit. This is great for healing the past up to and including like childhood and even early childhood, perhaps even before we have a conscious memory. Also past life stuff and the connections between them. This can help you to do that spiritual healing on a very deep level while learning about yourself, which is very, very empowering. And yeah, helping to not only like work with that older pain, but gradually release it. So that is Lemurian quartz. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. Okay. And for violet integration, letting go of while it does not serve, which definitely was the malachite, and acceptance of what is. Definitely mookaite. Mookaite also goes by the name Australia jasper. It's great for accepting change and making decisions. And oftentimes when we are struggling with making a decision, it's because we have to accept something for what it is, or accept that we're walking through one door so another will be closing, something along those lines. So this can help with both. It's also great for the immune system as well as digestion. It's thought to help calm down fiery digestion. So I'm going to bring that in. So that is mookaite, also known as Australia jasper. Thank you for being here, Violet Integration. Hey, Heart. Hey, Kanta. Catherine, good to see you. Yeah, lots of things for lungs right now. Let's bring in a couple of Chris's stones. We've got a couple already, but let's bring in some rose quartz, moonstone, emerald, green aventurine, rhodochrosite. Aventurine helps with expanding our vision of our soul's potential. This is one to stick with if you tend to sell yourself short or think down on yourself. This is one that says you're capable of more than you think you are. It's deeply encouraging, and it's one that helps to support the heart center. It's also wonderful for the physical heart in terms of heart rhythms. Also allergies, which are definitely a thing for several of you, as well as eye problems and fertility. There we go. Emerald, this is going to help with asthma as well as COVID to an extent. And of course, like I said, all of these things are complementary. But that being said, emerald is really helpful for passion, for work, for life, for the things in life that you were excited about if you just seem to be kind of blah. It's also really helpful for the lungs, every aspect of the cardiopulmonary system. Emerald is thought really helpful for. Also great for healing of tissue and skin, and for restoring some confidence in our appearance, especially for things that we may have as a bit of an Achilles heel, things we may have been teased about, things that we're sensitive about. that is emerald. Moonstone is another stone that can help with attracting a romantic relationship, and it's also very helpful for connecting with and working with lunar magic and lunar cycles, really any cycles of nature. Helpful for accepting and trusting divine timing, as well as connecting to the divine feminine, ancient wisdom, and especially healing practices like well woman type practices. Wonderful for protection in travel and intuition. It's huge for intuition. It's another one too that can help you with releasing patterns that maybe aren't serving your best interests anymore. So that is Moonstone. Rhodochrosite, not to be confused with rhodonite. This one is great for lungs and asthma specifically, but it's also wonderful for stress, headache, as well as the heart in terms of circulation, as well as telepathy and with mother-child bonding, as well as healing any maternal types of wounds. So that's rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite is pink and white. Rhodonite is pink and black. Rose quartz, we tend to be pretty familiar with. Loving, high vibrational, heart-centered energy in a very, very potent form. This is one that hanging out with it on a regular basis helps you to kind of raise the bar for what you expect in terms of love and support in your life. So lots and lots of unconditional love, lots and lots of being gentle on yourself, lots and lots of shifting what kinds of relationships you want to have or that you feel you deserve, etc. Awesome. And I'll keep coming back to yours. In fact, I'll do sapphire and citrine right now, and then I'll keep coming back for more of yours. But that's most of them. Citrine is a wonderful stone of financial abundance. If you're looking to bring in some financial gain, no matter what way, like increase in work or pay or some other kind of revenue stream, whatever it might be, this is a stone that really helps to attract that finances. It's also great for addictions and compulsions, as well as balancing logic with intuition, and also good for making good financial decisions. So definitely everything finance related. There we go. Put that on top of the moonstone. There we go. And sapphire helps with connection to our spirit guides, our angels, our higher self, and higher wisdom. It's also a superb ally for mediumship and deep meditation, as well as channeling. This can be very activating for the crown and third eye. So definitely if you don't have a strong grounding practice, if you want to start working with this exclusively, definitely get your grounding practices up to speed for you. Also really helpful for the eyes and ears, as well as the thyroid, bringing about speedy justice. And it's also thought helpful for those with dementia and those who care for and about them. So that is sapphire. Okay, and I will come back to the rest of your requests as we go through. I'm so glad you're here, Chris. Welcome in, Helen. I'm taking requests. If you have any for your personal well-being, I'll be happy to grab some crystals for you. You can request specific crystals or just your intentions and I'll pick them for you, whatever feels better. And request healing for COVID for Danny Marie. I'm so sorry. Let's do moss agate and green kyanite. When the Omicron variant was really just going through everybody, these are the stones we got the most positive responses about. The first is green kyanite, which is very helpful for the throat, chest, lungs, asthma, but definitely something that I thought would be helpful for COVID. And yeah, people's feedback was that they found it was helpful. It's also good for wisdom through intuition and connecting with nature, especially plants and the nature spirits. I often recommend it for folks that are looking to gain a deeper sense of balance between their spiritual and mundane lives. And I think it can be really helpful for that. So that is green kyanite. And moss agate is considered highly revered in Chinese medicine for anything that, as they would say, has wind, which means it's something that's spreading through the body quickly. Whether it's a virus, a bacteria, fungal infection, whatever it might be, this is thought very helpful. So this is recommended for all matter of infections and illnesses, also for deepening connection with nature, for working with, if you're doing any psychology work or therapy work, if you're doing any what they term parts work, meaning connection to your inner child or your higher self, this is a really good stone for that. Also helpful for connection to spirit as well as unconditional love. So I think this is also going to support blue sky. So that is moss agate. So feel better, Danny. Requesting pain relief for neck, shoulder, and arm. Gotcha. So let's do... Hey, you want to come up? Hey, what's up? Oh, little Gertie, it's okay. So for neck, shoulder, and arm, definitely howlite is here. That'll help with the joints and things. Let's also bring in amazonite. This can help with the spine and spinal nerves. So if there's any kind of nerve stuff that's going on there, this can be helpful too. So in addition to the spine and spinal nerves, this is a great stone for self-care, especially for folks who don't tend to think of themselves first, who tend to think of everyone else first. It reminds folks to take care of themselves, that they deserve that care just as much as those they treat. It's also really helpful for calming and bringing in a nice kind of chilled out vibe from the inside out, as well as luck. So we will bring this in. Amazonite can also be a darker shade of like a greenish blue with white stripes going through it. So if you do see it out and about, just kind of know it can look a little different specimen to specimen. You might hear some purring. Yay, cat purrs, yes. I think that helps a lot. And neck, shoulder, arm. I'm trying to think what else could be helpful. Let's think. Let's also bring in some septarian. Patty's not here, and I know she has been requesting this a lot. And this is also really helpful for muscles, muscle pain, muscle spasm. This is septarian. Also great for skin wounds, especially ones that are really resistant to healing, and for deep emotional work, often termed shadow healing. That's where we go to the parts of ourselves that are require the most vulnerability on our part to do work on. It can really help support that work and help us to feel safe and secure while we do it. It also helps to support your solar plexus and your overall sense of self-identity, and your free will, your wants and desires in life, as well as understanding the underlying causes of habits and beliefs and things like that. So that is septarian. So I hope that that helps. Feel better, Lila Ray. You don't have any green. I've been looking to get my hands on some black kyanite recently. I might even add it to the shop so I can bring it in. Oh, pink moss agate. Yeah, absolutely. But honestly, blue kyanite and, I love working with the crystals that I happen to have. If ever there's like a really specific crystal that you want and you either can't get or don't have, you can always hold on to a piece of clear quartz and ask that it stand in for the energy of the crystal you would like to work with. So you can always do that too. T, it's good to see you. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to get through everybody's requests. Let's see. Money manifestation and asthma for Catherine. We've got our two most potent money manifestors there. What else can we bring in? Let's definitely bring in Herkimer. This can help with manifesting financial abundance or just manifesting anything, whatever you're asking the universe for. It also helps with intuition and deep relaxation, even being in the present moment, which I would say is a really critical part to any kind of manifesting. You don't want to just keep running to the next thing. You want to be able to enjoy where you're at so that you can make your best choices for the future. It also helps with balancing and harmonizing energy that just doesn't feel like it's getting on well. But yeah, this helps with any kind of manifestation. And we also have manifestation quartz. This was a gift from Jennifer Vatsa, who owns Belladonna Botanicals. She has her own channel here on YouTube, and you can Google Belladonna's Botanicals and see all of the amazing stuff she has. This is a crystal with that, see that inclusion in the middle? It looks almost like a hologram in there. When it's shaped as an echo of the crystal itself, it's thought of as a manifestation quartz. This is a stone that can do exactly what you would think it is. It helps to greatly increase in a way, almost like the volume of what you're manifesting. So it's like turning the volume up on your manifesting. So we'll bring that in. And another stone that can be somewhat helpful in calling in what you need, especially if it's resources, is opal, in this case, fire opal. This is a superb and powerful stone as well for protection. This has been used by people the world over for spiritual protection, especially in any kind of spiritual healing where you might want entities or energies that maybe don't have the best of intentions to just not notice you. It's almost like a cloaking device for shamans. So yeah, that is opal, particularly fire opal. So all the best for you. And for asthma, we've got a couple of really good asthma stones. Let's see, is there any other good? We've got the rhodonite, rhodochrosite. We've got emerald and green kyanite. And also pyrite, which helps the lungs. I think that's good for the asthma. If I think of anything else that can support it besides what's out there, I will grab it. I'm so glad you're here, Catherine, and hope you're doing well. Hope your family's doing well. Awesome. So for heart, let's definitely bring in some Dalmatian jasper, and that's a really beautiful request. Let's also bring in, for some world peace, sugilite. This aids in the unity consciousness, the awareness that we are all interconnected, and what we put out into the universe, we really put into ourselves as well. So this is one that brings about the concept of peace at the most high level spiritual variety. So that is sugilite. Dalmatian jasper can be wonderful for things like acid reflux, as can peridot, which is already in there. This is black tourmaline going through jasper, and black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy. This stone is excellent at deep cleaning our energy field, our auric field. It helps us to really let go of older energies that are causing us to feel, and old experiences, the energy of old experiences really, that have us feeling cynical or jaded. This can help to move that out. Also helpful for bringing about a great place for cooperation and for energy clearing in general. So we will bring that in. That's Dalmatian jasper. You can kind of see how it got its name. Okay. And yeah, healing physical bodies for reflux, world peace, absolutely. Lots of love to you. And thank you. Rest well, both of you. Jennifer Vatsa, hope you're doing well. Paul, good to see you. Okay, let's see. So next was Helen's. Oh, you never have to apologize for being late here. The only one that has to apologize for being late to the live stream is me. It's all good. Requesting loving healing for loving relationships, help with insecurities and not feeling good enough. Also peace of mind and business money growth. Gotcha. So requesting loving healing for loving relationships, definitely carnelian, which is here. And for help with insecurities, rhodonite, which is right here. Those are both great for those things. Not feeling good enough in general, too. There is bringing about some mahogany obsidian for that. This is a stone of helping to release perfectionism and helping to release the need for approval of others so that we feel adequate and enough in ourselves. It helps with vitality and physical strength, as well as things like meeting goals, especially if there's an attitude at the root of it of a done something is better than a perfect nothing kind of thing. This can be really helpful for that. Also great for releasing anger and healing of the skin. So that is mahogany obsidian. And another one for feeling not good enough is actually aventurine. That's one that says like you're more than you think you are, and is very heart-centered in saying that. But there's also, I feel like I can bring one more in there for that. I feel like yellow calcite would be a good fit for all of us today. This is a stone of optimism, joy, happiness, self-confidence. It helps to remove blockages, especially from the solar plexus, which is your center of self-identity, and trusting yourself, getting to know yourself, valuing your opinions, especially if you tend to value the opinions of others more than yourself. This can help you identify a stronger sense of self overall. Also really helpful for setting your priorities based on your desires rather than that of others, and it's another stone for helping to release any need for approval of others. So that's yellow calcite. And I feel like that's definitely a helpful stone for so many of us today, me included. So for help for the business, a wonderful stone for helping the business is cinnabar. And cinnabar is mercury, so it's one to be very careful with. Now, if you look in this specimen, you see just some little dark red dots. That's the only cinnabar that's actually in the specimen. The rest is quartz. And cinnabar has been used for thousands of years for all kinds of things throughout human history. I mean, we still use it now in our fillings, in CFL light bulbs, like it gets used for lots of things. For a long time, we didn't know how dangerous it was. And throughout that time, this was seen as a wonderful stone for merchants, for calling in customers to a business. So we'll bring this in. That's cinnabar. It is a beautiful stone, and it was revered worldwide. And then we found out how dangerous it is to work with. But all the best to you, Helen. Glad you're here. T, help with exhaustion, jaw pain, organizational motivation, and support for your parents and their hearts. Gotcha. Garnet, I was thinking garnet. Perfect. Tiger eye, golden calcite. Okay. I have honey calcite. I think that might be the same thing. Garnet, tiger eye. For exhaustion, I feel like Bumblebee Jasper could be really helpful. This helps with bringing about energy and a lot of vitality, a lot of kind of physical energy. It's also wonderful for mental focus and empowers manifestations too. This is one that helps with like wanting to sink your teeth into work and get something done, whether you're working alone or collaborating with others. So it sounds really helpful for what you're asking for organizational motivation too. Also positivity, confidence, motivation. This stone has quite a bit of sulfur as well as arsenic, so another one to be a little bit cautious with using. Garnet is helpful for organization and practicality, thinking about the best way to do something, the best way to use your efforts, the best ways to use your time, how to structure things so that you can be efficient. This is also wonderful for creativity and having courage as well. It's very grounded. Garnet is the birthstone of January. It's got a very Capricorn vibe, very like, let's get to business and get stuff done kind of feel. So that can be very helpful if you're looking to like organize for sure. Tiger Eye helps with study and research and also with quite a bit of what we talked about with yellow calcite, support for the solar plexus, a sense of strength and stability, like inner stability. It bolsters a lot of strength, like internal strength and courage. Also helps with like seeing the big picture and thinking about the big picture and further implications of different actions. And it's very much aligned with entrepreneurship. This is very much thought of as like a new business owner type stone, in that it helps you to see like all the different ways that all the different things work together. Also wonderful for protection of pretty much everything on the spiritual level, especially envy and jealousy. So let's go ahead and bring in that tiger eye. So that's golden tiger eye, because we do use some other colored tiger eyes here too. And honey calcite helps with optimism even in the most difficult of times. Also helps us to attract the best people into our life right now that are the most balanced with us. This helps with also balancing the solar plexus, your center of self, personal identity, and free will, with the sacral, your center of relationships and how you relate to others. So if you're struggling with those kind of boundary issues of where do I stop and others begin, if that's like an issue that comes up, this is a stone that can be really helpful for that, in finding harmonious ways to connect with others and relate to others that are formed in a lot of mutual respect and trust, but also appreciation for each other's worlds and each other's space and each other's efforts. So I hope that that helps, T. Jaw pain, definitely. Howlite helps not only with joints, but also teeth. So whichever might be causing that could be helpful. Oh, great, Helen. I'm so glad. Oh, and it's all good, T. It's all good. Okay. attracting a loving relationship with a new partner. Carnelian is great for that, as is moonstone, as is leopard skin jasper. Definitely great for calling in that relationship. This is also a wonderful stone for healing animals, so our animal companions, as well as connecting with our animal guides. This is also a stone for anything impacting the skin, too. And it's got a lot of indications for balance and coordination, too. So that's leopard skin jasper. There we go. Wonderful. And for Jennifer, we've got energy, love stuff, weight loss, establishing flow, and new habits. Cool. Love stuff, we've got a lot of love stuff, but let's see what else we can grab. There's definitely a couple there. Let's start here. Ruby is wonderful for love. It's also great for fertility, as well as courage to be yourself, and for management and leadership type skills. So that is ruby. We'll bring that in. Beautiful red stone that looks kind of purple until you put a light up to it, and then you kind of see how red it is. And unakite. This is one that's thought to be helpful for women at all stages of their life, but particularly for helping with good, well-balanced, happy relationships and marriages. Also great for fertility, labor, delivery, prenatal, postpartum, onset of menses, all the different shifts in a woman's life. Also really helpful for addictions, particularly smoking, as well as metabolism. So it'll support metabolic stuff there. And the heart and circulation. We definitely have a couple, and this is unakite again, by the way. We have both of our weight loss stones in there. Blue apatite and iolite are both in there. And energy, we have Bumblebee Jasper, but let's go ahead and grab another one that brings up our physical energy. Let's bring in Rutilated Quartz. So these sort of little lines you see going through clear quartz here, those are rutils. And going through quartz, it's thought to help focus the energy where it's most needed. So it focuses the mind, it helps to keep us mentally sharp and clear. It's also really helpful as a gift. It's been thought of for several decades at least to be a beautiful gift for someone who might be going through cancer treatments, with the intention being, I hope this helps you with your treatments that you're getting, that all of those healings go to the places in your body that they're most needed, and also to bring up energy. If you're really depleted, whether you're just like mentally or emotionally depleted or physically depleted, you've been running yourself ragged, or you're just getting over being sick or something, this can help with like bringing up those physical stores of energy. So that is rutilated quartz. So let's go ahead and bring this in here. And awesome. And establishing flow of new habits. Garnet's really helpful for that, as is lapis. Let's see. feel like these two are kind of coming in. So one is zoisite. This is great for things like fertility, seasonal affective issues, especially like this time of year. But it's also wonderful for releasing negativity, breaking down apathy and like sluggishness, and for helping encourage you to like do all the small little tasks and like get the things done. It's great for facing problems, especially like setbacks, and obstacles along the way. So it can encourage you to kind of like work through the workload and get the things done. It also helps with like facing big problems too. So that is zoisite. So let's see. And the other is polychrome jasper. This helps with reigniting our sense of purpose and why we do what we do. It helps with breaking up indifference. It's very motivating, and it helps with bringing a lot of self-confidence in a really healthy way. But it makes you a little bit more excited to do the things that you feel inclined to do. It also helps with the Earth Star chakra. That's the center beneath our root chakra that has everything to do with stepping into our soul's purpose and doing the things we need to do to bring about that action in a very real world way. It helps too with joint health as well as the lower extremities, movement, getting things like done and like getting around too. So that is polychrome jasper. So I hope that that helps. Also, there's moonstone in there, and that helps with breaking up old habits and like letting them go, as is peridot. So that will help too. You're welcome, Blue Sky. Yeah, I have to start getting more into meetups again now that things are in person, but also even online. I haven't done stuff in so long. Let's see. And, oh, you're welcome, Helen. And Kanta, grateful for support in losing weight gained during CPTSD surge, understand, and a healing period. Good at weight loss, confident, excited about reclaiming your yogi, dancer, feminista, fashionista body. Definitely. Totally understand that. So we've got our two weight loss stones in there. We've got iolite as well as blue apatite. And I think the blue apatite would be even more helpful for you. But I think also the polychrome jasper is going to help with like getting out there, getting into it, and getting moving. That's a great stone for that. Definitely want to bring in some chrysoprase. This is a great stone for meeting goals and completing goals, having follow through, and also for picking up the pieces after something has happened. So whether you have to pivot, like, you know, say COVID happens and we have to pivot, things like that, or you've where you are right now, you're in a place where things happened, you put on weight, and now you want to shift back and change direction. This is a stone that can really help you and help you to be gentle with yourself through that transition into a more positive direction. It's also great with overcoming disappointment and just picking up the pieces after any kind of loss. So that's chrysoprase. Let's do here and here. Yeah, we'll put those there. So that's chrysoprase. Yeah, joyful movement is definitely polychrome jasper. I also feel like dumortierite can be really helpful here. This is a stone that can give us a lot of patience. It helps us with standing up for ourselves. It's wonderful for like pent-up anger, resentment, frustration. It's really good with those kinds of difficult emotions, which can come up when we like start in on a new direction or a new practice for ourselves. That stuff can come up. It's also great for ligaments and tendons for healing, and for any kind of chaotic energy or anything that seems like, I don't know if I can do this. It feels like it's almost hopeless, which I'm not saying that your intentions are hopeless, not by any means. But I feel like this could be a helpful stone for having patience in that follow through. So I hope that that helps. Awesome. And definitely Moonstone too, getting excited about being back to who you were before and things like that. Absolutely helpful. Something to alleviate loneliness and be independent. You're welcome, Kanta. Alleviating loneliness. Red, the mahogany obsidian can help to some extent, but green onyx I feel like is very helpful for that. This helps with also releasing quite a bit of grief and sadness. It can be a really soothing heart center stone. It helps with even emotional shutdown and also moving forward despite emotional pain, making decisions that are in alignment with your highest good, even when emotionally you're not in the best place to make a decision. But this is good for loneliness as well as grief and sadness. So that is green onyx, which can also be more of like a pistachio kind of green, not just this darker green. So we'll bring that in. And independence, definitely yellow calcite. And I feel like snowflake obsidian will be helpful. This can help with general balance in the mind, body, and spirit connections. That can help you to be a little bit more like calm and at peace within yourself. Also helps for serenity and peace after any kind of loss. It's great for clairaudience, which is our spiritual healing, or hearing, sorry. So if you tend to hear spiritual guidance, this will help you with that. Also helps to calm overstimulation, helps us to reorganize patterns that aren't serving, and can be really helpful with any like healing themes that we might need around guilt. So wonderful for all those things. So I hope that that helps. So that's snowflake obsidian. And also for that, definitely red jasper, which is already here. And as always, there's so much synchronicity between all of the different stones and all of the different intentions. Our situations might be completely different on the, the really substantive level, but on the deeper side of what it all means and how it's all related, we have a lot of overlap, and that's always been the case. So, and that's generally like the healing vibe is, it's there. There's a lot of interconnectedness when people come together with the same intention, like healing. So I'm going to go ahead and just see if I missed any here. I think we got it all. Let's see. Awesome. I think we are good to go. I'm going to go ahead and talk about what Reiki is, a little of how it works, and then we're going to get into the Reiki healing. But before we do that, I wanted to maybe add just a couple more crystals. This is something we only do when the crystal grid building goes kind of quickly. I'm going to pick out 2 stones that I think would be really supportive for the overall grid and reflect well on all of your intentions, and you all are going to get to pick which one goes into the grid. As if just one. Yeah, you'll see. Those of you who are new will see how this works in the in the comments. But let me pick a couple of stones that might be helpful. So oh, lots of love, Patty. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pick which stone, and hint, hint, check out Blue Sky's comment. So everybody go ahead and pick which one. So we've got, first option is going to be Crazy Lace Agate. Crazy Lace Agate, oops, knocked that over. Crazy Lace Agate can be very helpful for the heart and the solar plexus. It's wonderful for balance. It helps with phobias. It gives you a lot of courage, confidence, a lot of protection, which helps you to feel even more confident. And it's wonderful for the eyes, the skin, as well as speech. And like I said, heart and solar plexus, connection to the past, as well as spirits and spider medicine. And the other one is Dragon's Blood or Dragon Stone. This stone helps with kind of almost like a little bit of a reset to the nervous system. It helps with grief and loss, and it helps us to process those things without getting stuck in self-pity. It's okay to process things and be in that dark space, but we don't want to get stuck in and kind of wallow in a way that's not helpful. This can help you kind of pick yourself up. It helps you to learn from your mistakes and have patience with yourself. And also it's wonderful for the strength and courage to change. Helpful for the thyroid as well as skin, hair, and nails. So that is Dragon's Blood or Dragon Stone. So go ahead and vote on which one. I think we've already voted for. Yeah. And while I go ahead and describe what Reiki is and a little of how it works, you can help me bring up the energy of where you're at and the energy that we're all sharing really simply. Go on ahead into the chat, click that live chat button, and share with us anything that you are grateful for, anything at all. If you're already comfy and cozy, or if you're watching this as a replay, close your eyes, take a deep breath in and out, and then just think of the things that you're grateful for. That lifts energy quicker than anything. And once I'm done going through what Reiki is, a little of how it works, we'll take the crystal that you picked, wink, wink, and add it to the grid, and then we're going to get into the healing. Yep, we're all catching on. Yes, and definitely don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you for the reminder, Patty. So, welcome once again to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and if you'd like to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one healing or tarot reading, or if you'd like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description below, as are all of my social medias. If you're not following me on the TikTok yet, please do. I'm trying to make things up so we can even stream there occasionally as well, in addition to the streams we do here. I'm here on YouTube 5 times a week, same days, same times, so you can set your watch to it. You can also go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. And hopefully, if you hit that notification bell, you'll occasionally get notified when I go live as well. But it's wonderful to have you here. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more or less a catch-all term for energy healing in the West. Specifically, I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. And this is named for the method's founder, who created it in 1920s Japan, during a time when Japan was going through quite a bit of tumult. And this practice really required it to be not only spiritual, but greatly secular, because teaching anything that even kind of looked like it might be religious, strictly forbidden. So I feel like this is a big part of why it resonates with us so much in the West, that it is a secular practice. And so the very concept of energy that we're talking about here really comes into Usui's technique from Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul, and all of those souls are interconnected and interlinked. Essentially, this spiritually guided soul energy, which is what Reiki translates to mean, is provided by spirit, which in this case, you decide, insert your dogma here. Basically, that spirit provides this lovely life-sustaining energy for us to come into a greater sense of balance and well-being moment to moment. The concept is that our body, mind, and spirit are always working with this energy in the background, even if we're unaware of it. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect to this energy and direct more of it to you whenever and wherever you happen to be watching this, so that it can support your body, mind, and spirit to do what they're already doing to support your greater healing. So during the session, you may feel some physical sensations. You may, on a mental level, be able to sort of sort some things out, or maybe even hear your subconscious. Emotionally, you may feel some feelings rise up or get released. You may also, on your spiritual level, feel some clarity, some closure, some large truth coming in, or even an intuition. And you may also have a really beautiful nap, and that is also strongly encouraged. What do you need to do to feel the Reiki? Nothing. Just go ahead. I encourage you to find a nice comfy place to sit or lie down and close your eyes and just relax and enjoy. Although if you feel like you want to move around, stretch, bend, journal, play some music, work out, get up, get a cup of tea, the Reiki will work no matter what. This time is for you and all about you and what feels right. If you feel like you want to get a little deeper into the session, or if you feel like you got distracted, just take a deep breath in and out and you'll kind of come right back in. I will send this healing to you for 25 minutes, during which I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that the lights will move slowly and gently through several different colors, but at no point will they flash or strobe. And I'll turn up the music. If you want to hear more from our musical creator, she is linked at the bottom of the description, and you can check out her website and her YouTube channel as well. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come in. I'll invite you to take a deep breath, start to come back to your body, and at that point, I'll be able to re-engage with you in chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions or hear any of your impressions of Reiki. So again, thank you so much for being here. And again, I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times. Also, if you're watching this in the future, know that this energy will reach you just the same, because while we as humans can only be in one place at one time, Reiki energy isn't bound to that. So whenever you're watching this, the energy is available to you. And those of you that are here live, if ever you need a session and I'm not live, come on over, check out the past healing playlist, and just enjoy from wherever you happen to be whenever you need it most. You can even skip ahead to the healing if you want to. And I encourage all of you to do that as often as you need to. So thank you so much for being here. Go ahead and like the stream if you haven't already. Thank you again, Jenny, for the reminder. And hey, it's good to see you, Jenny. Okay, and let's go ahead back over, take a look at that grid and see which crystal is getting added. Ooh, pretty. Might have to shift the camera just a bit. That's better. And oh, it's both crystals. I'm so surprised. So here is Crazy Lace Agate. And here is Dragonstone or Dragon's Blood. Wonderful. Lots of love to all of you. I am also grateful for fuzzy socks. I have 3 pairs of socks on right now. It's not even that cold yet. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and all these beautiful gratitudes. Thank you so much. So all of you go ahead, get nice and cozy. Enjoy this session. I'll come back for you in about 25 minutes. And thank you for being here. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. You can gently move your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. It was absolutely wonderful to have you all here and inspire this grid. If you have any questions or anything to share, the chat is open. Currently have 2 passed out Reiki cats. You're welcome, Catherine. Great to see you. I hope your week is awesome too. Thanks for being here. Feel better. Oh, Patty, your kitty's joined in too. Awesome. You're so welcome, T. All the best to you. You're so welcome, Joanna. I'm so glad it did. I hope you have a wonderful week. Chris, you're so welcome. Lots of love to you. Oh, you're so welcome, Danny Marie. That's really sweet. Thank you. Awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to start bringing the stream to a close. Oh, I'm glad to see that your cats are napping too. I put in some Septarian for you as well. All the best to you and Key. So my next stream is tomorrow, Wednesday at 4 p.m. East Coast US time. And then, of course, Friday at both 4 and 8 p.m. East Coast US time. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Get a good night's sleep. Oh, Helen, I'm so glad. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad. Yep, I'm here 5 times a week. Feel free to join us all the time. We'd love to have you. But everyone, have a wonderful rest of your evening. I hope that you have a great week. If I don't see you until later in the week, take care and bye for now.